Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Creative Curiosity podcast. For those who don't know me, my name is Timothy Telepis, and this is my co-host, Anthony.
Themistocleus. And we are, Creative Curiosity, episode 2, round 2.
Yep,
Excited to be here, Tim. We are excited and motivated to have another crack at this and continue learning and growing in this really awesome and fun way.
So those who don't know the general premise of the show, essentially we're two young humans who are curious about the creative world, and each episode will sort of discuss, the arts, life, and everything in between, and we'll just see where the conversation takes us. But yeah, we're really wanting to learn, to question, to hopefully end each conversation with an open mind, I think.
Correct, yeah. And like we're not experts, we're not gurus, we don't know everything about everything, but what we do have is passion and excitement about various things that we speak about in every podcast that we do have. And even in general life, Timmy, when you and I usually conversate or chat frequently, like all the time, we're very curious and open-minded people and excited. So that's what we try and aim to bring through this podcast. And I guess not so much as a know-it-all vibe, but more so a happy and curious open-mindedness, if you will. So that's what we try and do here.
I love that.
You like that? Yeah.
Yeah. And before we get started, let me just point out that episode 1 was a surreal feeling. Just getting it out there and seeing it out and about in the world. We got some amazing feedback, so many listeners. It was an amazing feeling, actually.
Definitely. It was definitely interesting to listen to your voice. I think that's one thing all humans fear in some capacity. I remember when I was young, I would absolutely loathe the idea of hearing my voice back on a video player or something like that, because I'm old. We have video players back then, But yeah, no, definitely. It was cool to hear our voices and people's feedback and the energy and joy people felt listening to us, local guys who were just having a crack at having a conversation, and that was a really nice thing to do. So it's almost it's a tantalizing feeling because you want to keep doing better and better. Yeah. And that's what we try and aim to do. And we're going to get better at conversation, and we're going to get better at all these other things. And we just hope that, we can improve like every single probably person does in every single day of their life. So yeah, that's all we can aim to do.
I'll just share a personal moment. Because obviously those who don't know, me and Tony, we play soccer together. We're in the same team at Yarraville Glory.
The lads.
Yep, the lads. And yeah, driving to training is like my podcast listening time. If I'm not in the mood for music, it's always the podcast going up. And it was just a unreal feeling seeing our name, our cover art up against, like, right next to all these other amazing shows on the same platform. It was quite the moment,
I'm actually still blown away by that cover art, because Timmy created most of the cover art, I think, using his amazing skills on various media platforms.
Yes.
But that is such a cool cover art. I think I've heard a lot of positive feedback about that cover art. So Timmy's very creative in that world. I don't know about much else, but he tries.
I guess
he tries hard.
Yeah,
he's a good kid.
Thanks, man.
That's it. No worries, man.
I appreciate it.
All good.
You're a really nice dude.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy. I try and be nice to you, Timmy.
You're really, really kind.
Break the ice and get the conversation flowing. But but honestly, like in all seriousness, I'm really impressed by the media design of our whole comprehensive, curious, and creative world. Wow. World with the hands to accentuate the importance. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Thank you. I know.
Unbelievable.
Blown away. I know. I get it. It's cool.
Anyway, guys, moving on. We have a very special guest here today. Joining us on the couch or on the single chair opposite from us, we have my good friend Zahir.
Hi.
On the show. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. Let me just say, this is a lot more nerve-wracking than I anticipated. On the way here, I was thinking I'm boys with Tim. Never met Tony.
Yeah.
Gonna meet Tony. But I was like, no, it's gonna be fine. Just flow. Easy convos. But once the mic is in front of you, it gets a bit nerve-wracking.
Definitely. I just thought, like, when you said Zahir, I just thought, like, Zahir is here.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of,
cool.
you're a teacher.
Yeah,
when you do the roll call?
Yeah.
I used to have this thing in primary school where the teacher would say, Zah, and I'd say, here.
That's...
Oh, my...
Dude, that is insanely cool.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. So Zahir is here, and that's my link to my teaching as well.
Yeah.
Good guest. He knows. He
Extremely.
studied.
He
He
gets
studied
it.
the host. Even though we only met about an hour ago.
He
I
gets
think
it.
you're pretty cool, man.
Thanks, bro.
On the
All good,
ball,
man. No
on the
stress.
ball already.
On the ball.
Anyway, it's great to have you here. So before we begin, I reckon you could just maybe for the listeners at home who maybe don't know a whole lot about you, maybe just give a quick rundown of who you are, what you do, and
Quick rundown. Okay. Everybody calls me Z. Not many people know my full name. And I don't know, I like to keep it that way. Sometimes, it surprises me when they find out.
Yeah.
My name's Zahir. My surname's Asia-Adam.
Mm.
I'm 22.
Yep.
Timmy and I went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
Met in year 7. That's the best rundown I can give you.
Is that
That's a nice, concise
Well,
rundown.
yeah,
We've
for
got a
now-
podcast to run,
You know
mate.
what?
Can you give us a bit more than that?
For now, I don't know.
That's all right. No, hey, leave him alone.
We'll get
sorry.
into it.
Hey,
Sorry,
settle
Zahir.
down. Settle down. Relax.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so starting out high school, we'll begin there because that's where our friendship began. That's where we met.
We became friends in high school.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think it was year 7 or year 8. It was.
We became friends in year 7.
Yeah, year 7.
Timmy and I, we always lived down the road from each other. We still do.
Mm.
But yeah, he went to a different primary school. We met in year 7.
Yep.
I don't know. We just sort of, nobody knows how they really become friends. Like either it's a moment or you just become friends as you do.
Yeah.
Timmy and I became friends and we've been close ever since.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't know. Throughout the years, we've kind of like emerged into the same the same field in a way. We have really similar interests.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do. I feel like we bonded over this. I feel like there's a lot of young guys sort of bond over, which is obviously sport.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where we connected most.
Sport's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You played soccer. I played basketball.
Yeah.
Timmy loved the Lakers. I
Yep.
loved Kobe Bryant. Timmy loves Kobe Bryant. We bonded over that.
Yep.
And I don't know, we had the same kind of we're on the same wavelength, if that makes sense. But yeah, throughout high school, we were to be fair, you and I always hung out of school, but sometimes during school, you'd be upstairs, I'd be outside. We wouldn't be hanging out sometimes during school in class.
Yeah, it was a weird sort of friendship where we were super close, but yeah, during those breaks,
Probably closer than anybody else.
I feel like we were drifters. We had that many friends groups.
Yeah,
where we were
yeah.
just like, oh yeah, we'll hang out with them today. And
Yeah.
we sort of never were in the same area.
Yeah,
It
but
was
we
really
had
weird.
we had our group.
Yeah, we did.
We had a
we
group
did, yeah.
that we were really close with.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so it's interesting because talking about the creative world is interesting as to hear your perspective on how you sort of found
Yeah.
that, because obviously high school wasn't for you. I guess we could say
not
that.
at all.
It didn't agree with you.
I hate school.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting how you came to that. And
Yeah,
found
I don't
that.
know. When I never took any creative subjects at all.
Exactly. That's
At all.
yeah.
Maybe I did drama. Maybe. But other than that, I don't know. To me, like, I don't know about you, Tim, but at some point I kind of it came at like after school. I kind of drifted into the film space.
Yeah.
But no, during, I was extremely naughty. Tim and I were in the same year level. I started a year early. So I was meant to graduate when I was 17. And Tim was a perfect student. We had a good
Well behaved.
contrast.
We could say that.
Were you well behaved?
No, he was a perfect student. He was really well behaved. Academically, he was really good. And we were best
Smart.
friends. And the contrast was, I was not a very good student. I would get suspended maybe 3 times a year. And by the time we were in year 9, Timmy was on track to do beautifully. I was on a behavior management contract, which meant if I continued to get suspended, they'd expel me.
So you were like the quintessential bad kid at school.
Yes, but
Yeah, he was definitely that.
I
Really?
was
Yeah.
I was bad with teachers. I wasn't a bad kid, you know. There were
Yeah.
kids worse than me who, like, outside of school were doing bad things as well. I was just really, really naughty.
So were you naughty for what purpose though? Because I think there's always a purpose to be naughty.
I think you're not gonna like this because you're a teacher, but I always had like this idea where I knew if a teacher didn't like me. Because teachers will say all the time, "No, I like every student." No, they're human. You don't like some people, that's fine. I know when they don't like me, but I never felt that I had to respect every teacher, and which might be very rude, but I always had this thing where I know you don't respect me, so I'm not going to respect you. Well, you're teaching at Albert Park College, you know, public. Like, come on, I'm not meant to have respect for you, but I was still respectful in a way where sometimes it would get in the way, and I just wanted to talk back and, you know, be kind of stupid and stuff in class. And that's where I started getting into a lot of trouble. But yeah, and then once I hit year 10, year 11, they gave me an ultimatum. They were like, either you leave or you repeat. This is how bad it's getting. Academically, I was doing terribly. Right? That's no secret. I was just awful. And so I decided to repeat. And then Timmy hit year 12 and I was still in year 11. And we made it work somehow. Timmy graduated.
Did you sort of straighten up a little bit in year 12 or?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
You just got through it for the sake of getting through it, right?
Yeah. I was like, the only reason I stayed, to be honest, was I didn't want to be that one kid that dropped out when all my other friends graduated. And that's it. I didn't want to be...
That was the sole reason. It
Yeah, I didn't want to be the other one.
Getting a good ATAR or getting into a university.
I didn't get an
like
ATAR.
that. Didn't get an ATAR.
Nah, my assistant principal told me, she said, look, you're not getting a score. You just need to get out of here. I'm going to help you graduate, but by the time I was in year 12, I was only in 2 subjects. That's
Wow.
yeah. But there's a really funny story. I don't know if Tim's okay with me saying this, but when Tim graduated, I was doing a couple of the same subjects as he was. And I was in year 12 doing English. And can I say this?
Yeah.
Well, what are they
see-
going
I
to
see
do?
Do you know the story?
He knows exactly
You know
what I'm
where
talking
it's
about.
Yes, but I mean, I'll just say this wasn't in my control. I was just
I
was being a nice
No,
guy.
Tim was being a good friend. He did what he was meant to do. This is completely on me. I said, Tim, look, I got an assignment coming up, and I haven't studied, and I'm not going to do it. I go, you did this last year. Can you send me yours? He's
So
like, yeah.
Your name change.
Yeah, he sent me his paper, and he said, whatever, change the words. Don't make it.
Use it as a guide.
Yeah, use it as a guide.
Loosely use it.
Make it your own words. And of course, what did I do? I just handed it in.
Without changing any
I
of the
didn't
words?
change anything.
Which I didn't know about.
And Tim didn't know. That paper that Tim got probably was a B or an A.
Yeah, something like that.
I got a D.
Wait,
For-
how does that work?
Maybe not even a D. That, you know, when I'm talking about teachers don't like me, that gave me every reason to believe, full confidence that there's something against me. I handed the exact same paper in. Tim got a B or an A, probably an A.
So not even changed at all.
I didn't change anything.
So you definitely, that was influenced by your behavior. That was the influence for the reason why you got such a lower mark, which makes no sense, right?
Makes no sense.
What a story. That's a really interesting,
Yeah.
That's a really interesting story. I had no idea.
Yeah, and I knew they had it out for me. Ever since then, I was like, look, I just want to get the hell out of school and just, you know, start doing my own thing.
It mustn't have, they probably wouldn't have even read it, the teachers. It might have been just a name and
wouldn't surprise
a
me.
judgment straight away. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's this kid here at Z, you know, he's messed up a lot. So we're going to just assign him this because that's what he's been to us.
And it might
The
be a
D
good
is what he's
paper, and
been
it
to
was.
us. Yeah.
It was really good, Tim. But yeah, no, that was out of your
Story.
control. Tim was a good kid. Yeah.
You probably could have changed a few words, you know what I mean?
I changed my name. I changed the name.
Let this guy up a little bit.
I changed the
Alright,
name and the
come
date. That's what I did.
Wow.
Interesting story there. But yeah, that's a really interesting concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see how you felt that way, you know.
Yeah. And, you know,
especially after that specifically, that would have reinforced maybe the
bit of hatred.
your
100%.
apathy towards your education or your learning environment at school with your teachers specifically.
I didn't care about doing well at that point. I was cheating on SACs. I was doing whatever I could just to get out of there. Yeah.
And it's not for everyone's school, you know.
It's
I think
not.
we all have everyone's got different ways of seeing the world, and it's not for everyone. Definitely isn't for everyone.
100%.
You need the bad kids, you need the good kids.
Yeah.
Like that's life. You need doctors, you need policemen, you need everything because there's the yin and the yang, you know. You need everything to happen for life to be normal.
Yeah.
And
100%.
fine, you know.
I have a question. It's interesting that you've had such a negative relationship with schooling and the school setting and teachers and you being a student, and so it's interesting as to why after high school you wanted to go into a screenwriting course.
Yeah.
So what made you? I know it's a completely different vibe, and it's actually on a subject that you became interested in.
Yeah.
Because that's when your interest for film it started developing, and as we said before, you're looking at details. It's not just, oh, have you seen this? You're actually analyzing things, and you're becoming more interested in the process. So I get that, but again, you had such a negative thing in high school. So why go into studying again?
Yeah, I think my negative attitude towards high school was kind of simply because I didn't like teachers. I didn't like the subjects that I chose to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how it played out. But I was always going to be interested in things that I like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? English, I liked a lot. So, I don't know. Straight out, I grew up a bit. That's the thing. I wasn't with the mentality, hey, like I had a bad time in high school. I didn't do well. So I'm just not going to go to uni. I'm not going to study. That wasn't the case with me. I was like, if I find something I'm interested in, obviously I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Plus I had pressure from my mum and stuff to go and do something, go study. So yeah. And then straight out of high school, that's when Timmy and I kind of emerged into this whole film thing where, we'd go for dinners, all we talk about was film, stuff like that. It was a big interest and we both really liked it. And Timmy was obviously doing his thing. So I kind of decided if this is what, I want to write films, I do. And Tim does as well. And it's potentially something that we want to do together sometime. But yeah, I was like, I might as well do screenwriting course. Didn't end up finishing it.
Yep.
But, I stayed for a semester. I enjoyed it. And now I know that's what I want to do. So whether or not I stick with it or graduate or whatever is a different story. But yeah, I definitely want to do it.
And the reason for stopping? Or just moment?
Just timing,
yep.
moment, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, something that you really want to revisit.
Yeah, but I loved it. Yeah. It's one of the first things that I can say, like outside of school, that, hey, like I really love doing this.
Yeah.
It was fun for me.
Well, that's definitely a positive. That's good. That's something to work with, I guess, moving forward.
You almost identified what you want to do. Like, even if it's not long term, and I think there's such a pressure to find out what you want to do long term.
Yes.
Even if it's for short term, it's like, it's what's giving you fulfillment at the moment, and it's what's getting you excited about things.
Yeah, it gets me excited. That's what it does, yeah.
And when you watch a film or something, you sort of, maybe would have wrote something different in that part or that.
Oh my God,
moment.
all the time.
You know what I mean? You sit there analysing it, but I feel like there's such a pressure to, this is what I want to do. Like, how on earth do you know what you want to do for the next 30 or 40 years? Because realistically, we're going to be working for the next 30 or 40, 50 years, how long until we die.
Yeah.
But that's so nice that it's giving you this short-term fulfillment, and it's giving you purpose and drive. And that's good enough, as opposed to having this long-winded, this is what I want to do forever. It's such a
something we
overblowing
definitely
concept.
get caught up in.
For sure.
Like even me, myself, I'm always thinking long-term, and then day by day is just going past and
you don't even realize,
exactly.
You sort of get lost in the thought. You get lost in what you're trying to, you get lost in the concept of how you should know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's we live in such a forced society that makes us think that.
Yeah.
And I came out of school and you found that screenwriting, and you might not have finished the course, but like you said, now you watch movies and you critically analyze better.
100%.
Because you studied it and you know about it. And that's a really beautiful thing. And it's giving you that fulfillment. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really cool. And you want to do a bit about screenwriting as well, right?
Yeah.
You want to run a screenplay one day as well?
Yeah. I mean, we've always had this idea of wanting to make some sort of short film together. Or just, short films in general.
We'll always brainstorm ideas, but we're yet to have like a sit down and like really get into it.
But I feel like that's like a good process to have, because whenever I'm like idea developing or things like that, very rarely I sit down and I think about things. Nothing's going to come. It's always just in the moment. I'll be like, idea, jot it down, come back to it later, and then reassess it. So that's why I think we're at that stage now where we haven't sat down and, discussed things yet. We're just sort of coming up with, a range of ideas or thoughts or things that we could possibly use as a starting point. And I think once we get that going, then we can narrow it down and then focus in on it. But it's all definitely in the works.
How did you go with your experience?
Yeah. Me. So good. So Louis and I, my brother, who was on episode 1. If you haven't watched it yet, guys, have a watch,
YouTube.
like, subscribe, please. No, you're not forced to. It's fine. But no, we have this little book. So we have like a little ideas book, and we jot down ideas when we But when we do it, we sit there for hours.
Yeah.
And we'll watch a range of videos on Vimeo. So we jump on Vimeo a lot. You guys use Vimeo? Vimeo is really
Yeah.
cool.
To watch it,
It's good.
Yeah, it's a fun. Like it's got the coolest short films. They do short of the week and stuff as well. So we sit there and really immerse ourselves in the idea of it, and we try and just branch off, and we use words, and we'll look at synonyms of different words, and we'll look at lyrics of songs and bits of songs that we like, or sound passages of songs that inspire a thought. So we sit there for hours and we get our book out and we just jot ideas, and then one thing leads to another. And I find it really cool to have a partner to do it with.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes if I would sit down by myself, it gets a little bit more challenging, because even if you don't appreciate that idea of the other person, it might inspire something anyway. So I think we work well in the sense that I'm sort of more like the insanity of like a art house movie.
Yeah.
Like I like a bit of craziness and a bit of bonkers energy, whereas Louis is a bit more grounded in reality. So we sort of mesh the ideas of, my real artsy art house experience and enjoyment, and like the more groundedness in reality experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just sit there
Good
and we
mix.
just immerse ourselves. We immerse ourselves in the moment, and we sit there for hours and we just try and really use the space as well that's here.
Yeah.
And it all creates like an energy, Yeah. That was like a full hippie rant.
That's what really.
It's the space of energy,
I rate that.
Timmy, and
That's
it's
cool,
it's the space,
But also, I think it's good when it's a duo.
Correct.
I like duos that, you and your brother would be so close.
Correct.
So even if there's disagreements or something, you were like, because you're so close, you can fight about it, sure, but you can also work around it and like see the other's point. That Timmy and I have a pretty good combination. Like, we kind of bounce off each other. No pun intended, but yeah. But we're like, you know what I mean? Like, if I have a bad idea, you probably tell me. If you had a bad idea, I'd tell you.
That's no
something
personal
like
judgment either, is it?
It's always
Exactly,
good to get
yeah.
feedback. It's always good to have a different perspective as well.
Yeah,
Having
yeah.
that second perspective to come in, and it gives you another way of looking at things, and it's good for analyzing and creating in general, I guess.
And it hurts sometimes. It bruises your ego a little bit if someone doesn't like your idea.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, I thought about this for ages. I've been stewing on this and I thought it was really good. But I think that's the beauty of, being mature and appreciating the comment, for what it is. And it probably can inform your work to be better, even though it hurts initially.
So outside of the short film and cinema and, that sort of realm, what other things have you been, I guess, creating or exploring with? Good
question. I don't know. Outside of that, not much, to be honest. But,
Let me just, I'll bring up a topic here.
Okay.
You had a phase, I feel like I went through a phase as well, where everyone was like watching vlogs on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you yourself haven't done a lot behind the camera.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I feel like you're very confident. You like being in front of the camera.
Right.
You like the entertainment.
Yeah.
You're like a showman, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And there was a phase, even myself, like I went through a vlog phase, not creating them, but like watching them, like your David Dobrik's, your Casey Neistats, all
Dude,
those
I used to
guys.
watch Logan and Jake Paul when I was like deluded in my mind in the 15, 16 years, man. I used to watch Logan Paul videos. Yes, that's a confession, people.
Wow.
But yeah, not anymore. But sorry, I cut you off, but I had to interject and, just make myself sound a little bit silly. It's all good sometimes.
That's all right. That's really interesting.
That's
We're all
okay.
hearing.
Hey, no, I
hearing
like
everything.
Logan. I like Logan Paul.
Really?
I love Logan Paul.
That's really.
Do you watch his podcast and stuff?
Yeah, I watch his podcast. Yeah.
Impulsive?
Yeah. You
I've
watch
seen,
his podcast?
I've seen a few episodes.
Yeah.
He's got some interesting guests.
No, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to you.
Sorry. Yeah.
Don't worry about them. Who cares? Yeah. So big entertainer, but so you started to shoot your own, is that correct?
Yeah. No, you're spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I never knew who David Dobrik was
Yes.
until somebody put me on.
Mm.
And I remember going through this is going to sound cringy, but I remember going through a good year. Like a good year just watching David Dobrik every day. Because, I don't know, there's something about, it kind of seems like it's all like, to me, it's like a TV show, to be honest. Like the episodes, in my opinion, they're just like, they're all characters, everything like that. And it's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. But I remember watching it with my friends, and we'd always sit down and be like, hey, we could probably do that. You know, like, you guys are funny enough, we're all funny enough, you could probably do that.
For those who don't know David Dobrik, he's got a YouTube channel where he just posts vlogs for 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's basically him and his friends group just like doing skits and things like that.
Yeah, just
any
whatever,
random thing. 4 minutes and 20 seconds is just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Continue.
And we were obsessed with it. Like, it was just unbelievable how much I was obsessed with it. But yeah, and then all of a sudden I was like, all right, let's do this. So yeah, I made like a couple of vlogs.
And they sort of popped off, didn't they?
Yeah, one did. The first one did.
Yeah.
And it was really exciting, to be honest. It was exciting.
What do we mean? Like, it sort of gained a bit of traction?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, the first one that I posted, I think got like 1,000 views in like a week. And to me, to somebody else, that's like, but to me,
it's really cool, man.
To me, I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I keep doing this, it'd be good.
I've made it 1,000 views.
Yeah, literally.
I can retire. I can pay my parents' house and debts off. You know.
No, Tony. Literally, that was my.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. I was so excited, and then obviously COVID hit, and I couldn't do. You know, I wanted to film with my friends, but I couldn't. So it kind of just died down. I have like 4 vlogs that I just never ended up posting, because like the time in between everything. Yeah, but it's definitely something I want to keep doing, and I might as well. While I'm 22, I might as well keep doing it.
Would you say, like, you know, obviously someone who really enjoys vlogs, and would you say there's still a good market for it? Would you say the sort of boom period's passed in a way?
I don't think it's passed. I definitely don't think it's passed. But I feel like, you know, especially in like this realm where it's like, I don't know any other vlogs that haven't like, I don't know any vloggers who don't have kind of David Dobrik status. Like, I don't watch anything that isn't that big, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to compare myself to, let's be honest, like the king of YouTube, you know, you're not going to get far. So it's kind of like I have to, you know, get out of it whatever I put in. But at the same time, it's like I do care about views. I will care about views, because on YouTube, that's, you know, success rate is like it's everything.
Correct.
And I want to be that person that's like, hey, I don't care what people think. I'm just going to do me. And you can do that. But you have to be aware that, like, if you're gonna keep, people are gonna, you know, say things, and you're gonna like it. Sometimes you're not. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with. I think there's nothing wrong with getting a few views. Like, if you're posting purely for the views, then maybe not. But if you're posting it and doing what you want to do and getting views for it, there's nothing wrong with a bit of vanity relating to views. It's such a I don't think it's a very healthy thing to be like, oh, you know, I don't care about any views or nothing like that. There's nothing wrong with getting some viewers and you know, catering it towards a specific audience, but not entirely, you know, aligning your whole vlog towards a specific audience, but letting it come through in a natural manner and enjoying the views. Like, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the views in that vain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Even that's just the end result anyway.
Of course it is, yeah.
Just enjoying the process. I mean, I'm sure it'd be extremely fun to just shoot
It's a dope process. It is.
Yeah.
Especially when you go back and edit, see everything, like all the funny things that, you know, that have happened. It's dope.
Yeah. That's really, So you've stopped at the moment. And
but lately I've been filming a bit. Yeah. And it's exciting.
Yeah, I reckon, you know, just knowing you a little bit, I feel like you've got the personality. You've got some charisma about you, I think, you know. Got some good interest as well. So I think that's the most important thing, isn't it, with vlogging? Because there's so many vloggers out there. You got to communicate that personality.
Yeah, that's your point of difference. If you're not visually or creatively doing something different, like something that's not just putting your camera up and shooting. Yeah, I reckon it's all in the personality, and I feel like that's something that you definitely have. So yeah, it's exciting times ahead, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%.
No, vlogging's, look, I don't think it's ever really going to die, but you know, I think of the golden age of vlogging from like 2015, 2014, to like 2017. Everyone was using those Casey Neistat intros, you know, those beats that we used in our podcast and stuff. You know, they sort of like, you know, chilled out, jazzy, drum beats that they sort of come through, and they create such a conversational and open-mindedness sort of field, right?
Mm.
When you look at Casey Neistat video, he's got that big white text at the start. You know, he's flying his drones. He's coming towards his camera. I just remember that so vividly. Yeah, that golden age of vlogging was big.
Yeah, and I mean, how old was Casey when he was doing that?
What's that?
How old was Casey when he was doing that?
Oh man, he was in his 30s. Hey,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of have this idea that if I don't do it now, I never will, because I don't want to be. I don't think I'd want to be 35 and start. You know what I mean? Like if I can do it now, then I'm gonna do it now. Yeah.
But I feel like it could just be a never-ending thing. You know, that's the beauty about YouTube and things like podcasts. It's like it's something that's ongoing. You can always revisit it, and I feel like unless. I mean, it won't ever disappear, or you know, you can always still make these things. So I feel like that's the beauty of it. I reckon. Yeah. So I wouldn't. That's personally up to you. Obviously, I'm not saying you've got your whole life to post vlogs or whatever. But yeah, I feel like it's a never-ending thing.
Ah, for sure. It's a creative journey, and you know what? It'd be cool to like see a vlogger who's been vlogging for 30 years and just to be a part of their development as a person. And
well, that's what YouTube's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Even without vlogging, you see like somebody's first video compared to now. Yeah. First video could have been like 5 years ago, and you see the progress.
Yeah, the journey.
Yeah, the journey. Yeah, it's good.
That's
awesome.
That brings me back to Boyhood. But yeah.
Oh, Boyhood. You guys seen Boyhood? What a classic. Are we kidding?
Made me a bit sad, to be
dude.
Honest.
Like just the whole movie. You're just like, this is life. And people tell me what irks me. What people tell me about that movie is nothing happens. Life happens. Like that's what happens.
Yeah.
Nothing has to happen for the movie to be entertaining.
Yeah.
If a movie's slow, it's okay for it to be slow. It doesn't need something to happen all the time. Yeah. Boyhood's like a prime example. You seem to love it. You love it.
Oh boy, it's perfect. Yeah.
I actually agree with you.
I don't think I've ever seen a film like Boyhood. I probably couldn't tell you.
I don't think I have either.
How many years? 12 years or something?
Something like that.
It was like 12 or 14. Yeah. I don't know. What, the span?
Yeah.
I think it was longer. It was
until when he was a kid until he went to college.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's just an incredible film. It's life. What a life. Like anyway.
Who doesn't love Ethan Hawke?
Oh, who doesn't love Ethan Hawke? What a goat. Like the legit goat. Been snubbed from the Oscars so many times. Performance in First Reformed. How that didn't have an Oscar. Nom. Did he get a nom? I don't think he got a nom.
Don't think so.
I don't think he got a nom. I think that's the year that Darkest Hour won, which was just
for what actor?
It was Gary Oldman, I think.
Gary Oldman
playing. I think it was Winston Churchill. If my memory serves me correct.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, that's cool, man. I'd love to watch some of your vlogs.
Yeah,
I've never seen any of your vlogs. You got to hit me up. Yeah. So do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, but I haven't posted anything.
Haven't posted anything? All right. We'll get it back up. We'll get it posted.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll share all the details.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him. Even if you got some from the archives back in the day.
Sure thing.
I'd love to see him.
Now, as for being behind the camera.
Yeah.
As we mentioned before, you love being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And going back to the short film. So you've done a bit of acting.
Yeah.
So maybe tell us a little bit about how you got into that. And... yeah. Go for it.
Straight out of high school, it was like one of the things on my mind that I wanted to do. So, I mean, as like a lot of people do, you just sign up to whatever agency you can. So I signed up to an agency, and I don't know, you get like any person in this position probably agree. You get like these extras gigs, and you just do them because I don't know. There's something exciting about being on a TV set, or like a movie set or whatever, but it's boring, and you know that deep down you don't want to keep being an extra, but at the same time it's like, do this for now and then build it up. That was my mentality. But yeah, I wish I remember what it was called, but it was a Netflix show that was filmed in Victoria.
Ooh,
and it pretty much funded my whole trip to Thailand. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was an extra.
Really cool, man.
And it, paid for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the audition. So I've been 3 or 4 auditions, and every time, I've never gotten one. But every time the nerves, it's just unbelievable. Like you get so.
Is it really like? I'm just thinking of like in La La Land now, where Emma Stone's character keeps going to auditions. Is it really that cutthroat with auditions? Like, do you have to really be sort of on point?
Yes, because when you're not doing a good job. Deep down inside, like
Can you sort of, their reaction gives it away, or what is that point?
Their voice, especially at the end when they say thanks, exactly
You
like
can read that, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly
man,
how
that
you
sounds, my heart
exactly
just like took a hit just then.
Yeah.
exactly how you picture it to be. That's how it is. Even if you slightly think you do a good job, you're always leaving like, like I'm probably not going to get this, and that's just the truth. Yeah. But I mean, I want to keep doing it, and I will. Yeah.
So so obviously you did the drama class in high school, so it sort of stemmed from that.
Yeah.
Would you pursue any further study or practice or,
I
environments where you can pursue that?
Yeah, I want to go to acting school.
Really?
Probably need to go to acting school. Yeah.
Have you had prior experience with agencies and acting school in the past, or some?
I've never been to acting school.
Never.
No, never. But and throughout the agencies, they just give you these roles, and they're not like big roles. You just get them, and you be like, okay, yeah, I want to do this, because I mean they're paying you at the end of the day, right?
I mean, you got a whole free trip to Thailand. I'm not a free trip, but like obviously
exactly my point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for
sure. And obviously, I mean, you can guess how much money is involved in it as well from actors and everything. So yeah,
it's awesome though. That's what a cool thing to pursue, acting.
I know.
But that's the thing. That. It's like how many actors do you know right now? Right, heaps, like endless. Right, you can name endless actors. And the thing is that it seems like because there's so many actors and actresses that you could easily do it. Like you could easily be put in a film or whatever. Like you could easily do it. But for some reason, at the same time, you feel like it's 1 in a million. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much that you could possibly be doing, but then it's so hard to actually do that. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you get discouraged every time you don't get it? I mean, I don't have an acting career. Like my career hasn't even started. Yeah. But I already feel discouraged because I've been on 4 auditions for maybe 3 of them didn't air commercials, and I got rejected every single time. So it's like, do I keep trying? And that's before acting school. Maybe that's just my mind overthinking everything, but that's kind of attitude that I have.
Sounds like such a cutthroat industry.
Man, that sounds intense.
The confidence levels would have to be through the roof just to keep at it and keep going.
Yeah. That's why you respect sort of the late bloomers that come through. I think Ben Mendelsohn's story is an interesting one. I think he started quite young, but he didn't quite crack some big roles until he was a lot older. So I think he was in Hollywood just like washing dishes at a restaurant while, working part-time. And then I think he landed a few big ones. And I don't know if the biggest one he landed was probably the start of his sort of Hollywood career. It was probably Dark Knight Rises, if I remember. Maybe he was in something else. I'm not sure. But that's where I really sort of saw him come through when he was playing that. I don't know what he was playing, but do you remember? I don't know. He was like sort of some sort of character, some sort of whatever he was. Yeah. But yeah, in a similar way, it's like, he's just persisted and pursued that because he loved it. Yeah. But I can imagine, the discouragement you probably experience when you see that reaction from the judge, or I don't know what they even called people hosting the auditions.
Casting agents.
Yeah, the casting agents. Yeah. There we go. That's the right word. Yeah. But I can imagine that'd be disheartening. Yeah.
But to think that, hey, like, to myself, I don't feel young, but I don't feel old. In the grand scheme of things, I'm probably
young, dude. You've got plenty of time. Okay. But you've dabbled in so many things, which is so good for you, I think. Yeah. That's such a good thing. Yeah. You're young, you're 22, and you want to pursue acting. You want to pursue screenwriting. That's an amazing sort of segue into the sort of mid part of your 20s, Yeah. Where you can really hone in and find what it is that makes you tick. Yeah. Essentially. It's beautiful.
Definitely. So many experiences in so many different fields of the industry. Yeah. It's always beneficial. Yeah. Wow. That's a really daunting. It feels like I feel really deflated right now.
I felt it. Yeah. Like, let's pick it up. Yeah. Come on, Tim. Let's pick it up. Let's go.
I'm like,
in the feels. Let's go. Let's pick it up.
God damn.
What do we got next? Come on, Tim. You're the dictator. Organize this podcast.
Moving on. That hit a low point. Oh shit.
Feels.
We're moving on to we're starting a new little segment.
Oh,
movie of the week. Each episode we're gonna try and explore maybe a movie or a director or something in that field, and we're just gonna talk about our thoughts and things. So this week we've sort of we pre-organized this and figured out something that we've all sort of seen that's been in the public eye a little bit. And so this week we are focusing on the Safdie Brothers, and we're looking at mainly their two feature releases of Uncut Gems and Good Time. I have not seen their debut film, which you have.
Yes, Heaven Knows What, which is, wow, what a talk about an experience.
Yeah.
I recommend everybody watches that. You might be a pleasant experience, but it's an experience nonetheless, and I think that's what's important.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we just go
Did
around
you just last week? Was this on last week?
Film of the week.
film of the
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, we had The
What'd you do?
Sound of Metal.
Sound of Metal last week.
Oh, okay.
You seen that?
No, Riz Ahmed? No.
Riz Ahmed.
It's great.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
Must watch. Those
Yeah.
who haven't seen it yet, definitely
Loved
go
it.
watch.
Didn't hit me initially, but then it just hit me for 10 minutes later when I was reflecting. I was like, whoa.
What's her name? Olivia Cook?
Yep.
To me, and I love Olivia Cook.
Yeah, it
From,
looks amazing. She's beautiful.
Me
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
Dying
yeah.
Girl.
She's cool. Hey, you guys said that in sync, so you guys are definitely good
That
friends.
was
I can
really,
tell.
really cute.
That was like a moment in time.
That was a moment. I felt that really hit.
So
anyway,
wait, I reckon we'll go. Which one do we prefer? Good Time or Uncut Gems?
you go.
I think maybe Good Time is just so interesting. But because of Kevin Garnett, I'll say Uncut Gems. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm a Good Time guy.
I am also a good.
You
time
both good
guy.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed it more. So Uncut Gems, what was your sort of, I don't know, what do you like about it?
Okay,
What did you take
I
from it?
love Adam Sandler. That's for starters. I love Adam Sandler.
The guys.
And there's something about range with actors that I love. Yeah, whenever I you get used to actors being like just comedic. Steve Carell's maybe my favorite actor. And to see like the contrast that he can do, with dramas and then comedies. Now Adam Sandler, you see that with Adam Sandler.
Was
and
that
he
the
killed it.
first drama you've seen him in?
I think so.
Because it was also in Punch Drunk Love.
He was,
I think it was
PTA.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, watch
never
that
seen
as
it.
well. But that was, when did that come out?
I think 2000. Maybe
Yeah,
the start,
so-
or 99 or 2000, I think.
So that's also another drama where you can look at the two different
Yeah.
sides of him.
No, I
But
love
yeah.
range.
Yeah. anyway.
And then obviously being a basketball guy, Kevin Garnett was in, which is dope.
Hey yo, KG. That's what KG.
KG.
KG. Hey KG.
And to
That's
see
what I'm about, just like, that's like, it's like stuck in my head. KG. KG.
to see him play like himself, but like years ago, it's just dope. But yeah, I loved Uncut Gems. Yeah,
Great film.
it's dope.
Look, I did enjoy it, but I just feel like it didn't hit me as well as Good Time did. I feel like just because the Safdie Brothers have a very unique look and style and feel where everything is super intense. So many close-ups, so many handheld shots. The music is just elevated and you just go the whole time. It's
Can't take a
it's
break.
definitely a ride, and I feel like Uncut Gems was that. It was like super chaotic at sometimes. Like there wasn't a lot of breaks in between. Whereas Good Time, I feel like it had those moments where where he's in the bedroom at the house and it sort of dies down a little bit and then it picks up again.
Ebbs and flows nicely.
Yeah. And I feel like Uncut Gems, it just hits you the whole time. It's just go and it's very I don't know. It wasn't
Climatic.
Yeah, it wasn't like hard to follow, but I feel like I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't get into it as much.
It was very anxiety inducing.
It
for me.
was.
Like I just felt the whole sense of anxiety the whole time.
Yes.
Like I just knew something bad was going to happen to the Adam
Yeah.
Sandler character.
Mm.
The whole time I was just like, what's going to happen to
Yeah,
this guy?
what's-
Too much at stake. Every
Yeah,
single
and then
time.
that diamond, whatever that was, it a diamond? Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
yeah.
Yeah, and he's like trying to get the diamond back, and he can't get it back. I just felt so much stress. I'm just like stressing. I'm like, something bad's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen to him. Something bad's gonna happen to him. Every single time he's in this perpetual state of something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I felt that, which I kind of like. I
Yeah.
like that in a way because I'm immersed. Like I saw it in a way where I was like, I was feeling something, and if I'm feeling something, it must be doing something to me. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But yeah, like you, I do prefer Good Time. I just felt that got really under my skin.
Yes.
Like it just, like the whole character, the Robert Pattinson character, like his eyes, his hair, like just the echo jumper, like that his whole persona was so immersive to me. And the sound design was insane for that movie as well. That one scene where they pour like all that acid on that guy.
God.
Man,
Do you know-
if that
do you know who
happened
that
to
guy-
someone.
Do you know who that guy was?
He was from
Barkhad Abdi from Captain
Captain
Phillips.
Phillips, yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Hanks
That was
movie.
who?
Yeah, Tom Hanks is in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that scene like is stuck in my mind as one of the most like insane scenes I've ever seen. All that acid, the guy like consumed all that acid. I'm just like, what the hell would have
And then you
happened
see
to
him in the ambulance,
just
like
like
gibberish.
fully
Yeah.
like not even knowing what's going on, what's happening. You
Yeah.
know?
The
But
one
no.
one thing I love about films is the first scene. Sometimes like there'll just be a perfect first scene. Like for example, A Dark Knight. You know,
Oh, that's
That's-
the most perfect first scene, I reckon.
and seeing the first scene of, what's it? One of the Safdie brothers who was in it.
Josh, I think it's Josh. Or is it Benny?
Benny,
Pretty sure it was Benny.
when
Was it
he's
Benny?
in the
Damn.
seat, when
I
he's
was
in the
wrong.
seat,
Yeah.
you know, with whoever it was.
Mm.
That first scene I loved, and that's
Oh, with like interrogating him. That was a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Benny
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
starring
Benny's
in
the
it.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really. Cool.
and you see the emotion in his eyes, and when he starts crying and everything. Yeah, I love that first.
that was a
scene.
really good scene. It got like I think that's a good point. Z, like first scenes are important. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Their relationship in Good Time was really weird. Like, they were brothers, but I don't know. They were just sort of on edge the whole time. And the Robin Pattinson character, he was just...
He was just so
he was-
impulsive.
I know.
There was no thought in anything. It was just go go go. Like he obviously clearly had no idea of what he wanted to do in the film. Like he was just totally caught up in that whole underworld of whatever he was in. You know.
You think that he only cared about himself, but there's times where he
But did he really?
the effort that he went into to get his brother out of the hospital and out of jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. It got to a point where it all just escalated and it was really intense at some point. And like, especially like you said, when they go to that adventure park or whatever it is,
chaos.
even during the hospital, when he gets him on the bus and then he's at that woman's house and he finds out it's not his brother. During that
That was crazy. That scene.
my
What
goodness.
Yeah. Unreal.
That guy's a good actor. That Italian guy. I think he was in jail and stuff. He's a full like.
Yeah.
The guy that they got out of jail, the actual actor, is like really sort of immersed in that actual world. And they sort of plucked him out of it and he's like an actor now. But yeah, that was cool to see a real life guy who's a part of that world, a part of that movie as well. I like that about like
We were
directors
talking
that
about
think
that, for
Yeah.
last week with Sound of Metal. but,
Yeah, with the deaf characters.
yeah.
I like when like directors do that. They can pluck out
connection to the real
a sense
world.
of that's what I said. The connection to the real world.
Yeah.
Pat on the back for Tim. Hey, good tick for
Hey,
you. Hey,
tick.
that's a tick.
Hey,
that's
that's
your
a
tick.
tick.
That's your tick. That's
We're
your
bringing that
green
back?
tick. Yeah, we'll get it going.
You guys
Love
are
that.
giving each other ticks.
Yeah, we'll do red and
Ticks
we'll
and
do some red
crosses,
ticks and-
basically.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a
okay.
lot in the first episode, but
Yeah,
not
there
today.
was.
Everyone's done really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. Let me just point one more thing out. It was with the two films, it was interesting about the hype, I guess, and the distribution and everything. Do you know if Good Time got a cinema release or not?
He might have got like a Sun Theatre or something, or
Because we all saw it on stream.
yeah.
Yes.
Likewise
So-
with Uncut Gems, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just about to get to that. So when Uncut Gems came out, literally everyone knew about it. I don't know if it was the marketing or just because it was on Netflix
Yeah,
or it was on
yeah.
the front
Netflix, I
page.
think.
It was
It
right
was like
there.
front page of
It was
Netflix.
Adam Sandler. Literally everyone watched it. Like even like, you know, not your everyday film, you know,
Goer, yeah.
aficionados, you know, everyone had seen it. Whereas we're like, oh, have you seen Good Time? They're like, what's that? And there was just such a major difference between the two films.
Huge
and that-
disconnect. Yeah.
yeah, it was really interesting. So I don't know what that means about, you know, streaming and things like that. The power of, you know, Netflix these days.
Well, I watched Uncut Gems as soon as it came out. Good Time. What year did Good Time come out?
It was
Like
17.
2017,
Yeah, I
watched it
2018. And you watched
this
it
year.
after it.
Yeah, I watched it
exactly.
this year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
Most
that
people didn't
explains
even
it.
know
That
about
explains
it. So that's
Yeah.
that was just wild. Like so many people had seen Uncut Gems and they were talking about it, how good it is. Oh, did you see that was super intense? And they're like, oh, I've seen Good Time. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I think the Netflix push really helped it.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler, attach Adam Sandler to anything anyone's gonna watch.
Yeah.
He's the Happy Gilmore guy, right? Like he did that little
Yeah.
video last week where he posted on Facebook after
Playing
the
golf.
anniversary playing golf,
Yeah.
and the whole world was in an uproar. So I reckon throw Adam Sandler in there,
ESPN.
throw it in the
posted
middle
it,
of
yeah.
Netflix. Like you're gonna get a reaction.
Yeah.
You know, definitely a lot more. I reckon.
Would you say Robert Patterson's on that level?
Dude, I reckon right now he's probably my favorite actor working. I love him. I think
Really?
he's an incredibly diverse actor. He kills every role he's in, and I'm a huge fan of the guy. Honestly, humongous fan.
Yeah.
I think he's incredibly,
I agree.
adept at what he does.
So many unreal roles.
Cedric Diggory.
Is that his is that his Twilight? No, Twilight.
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
I'm not well versed in the Harry Potter series. Sorry. Guys. I apologize.
You've never seen Harry Potter?
I've seen most of them, but I've forgotten a lot of it.
You like Harry Potter?
It's great.
Oh, mate.
I try to watch the first couple.
Harry
Can't do it,
Potter.
man. The pacing, the sound design, Harry Potter just being a,
Tony.
spoiled brat, wanting everything.
No.
Being
Tony.
angsty. I'm just like, who's this kid?
No,
He
no, no.
deserves everything. Come on, Harry Potter.
Tony, Harry Potter is the greatest franchise ever made.
Wow.
Ever made.
Hot take.
I'm
Look,
not tripping.
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
I don't know if I
Timmy,
agree.
Harry Potter is unbelievable.
Look, it's good as you're a kid. I think as a kid it's cool, but I think as I rewatched it, like I think I watched it last year. I think it was The Philosopher's Stone or Chamber of Secrets, whatever it was, and I was just like,
Is this franchise as a whole, or just films, or just books, or what are we talking? Just the whole thing in general.
Timmy.
the books are cute.
Timmy.
The books.
I haven't even.
Not
I haven't
inclu-
read them.
Not
so
including.
That's why,
I'm just talking about the films.
okay.
Harry Potter is the greatest franchise ever made.
Okay. Big call. We'll
Big
have
call.
to take that to the listeners at home.
Definitely. But I respect the bravado from Z to make that claim.
Yeah, that's.
I don't personally agree with it, but
Yeah.
that's the beauty of conversation, Z.
Yeah.
We can agree to disagree, brother. You know
What's
what I mean?
What's yours?
Franchise? Look, I'm not a humongous franchise guy now. So I know I haven't watched all the Star Wars movies. I haven't watched all the Lord of the Rings movies, which I probably should if I call myself a guy who likes films.
Yeah.
But I don't really know, man. I do like the Rocky movies. I like Rocky 1 specifically. That's my favorite Rocky movie. But I don't know many. I mean, I like the Blade Runner franchise, if we can call that a franchise.
Yeah, you can call it a franchise.
Yeah, I'd probably say that.
Is anything with a sequel a franchise?
Well,
Is it Dark?
Is it three?
well,
You know, Batman.
yeah, probably. I'd say Batman trilogy is incredible.
Yeah.
I would say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Speaking
question.
of Rob Patterson, right?
Yeah, speaking of Rob
Yeah.
Patterson,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Is every franchise based off a sequel? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Or is it whatever, like some sort of multimedia cultural movement? Because I'm thinking of stuff like Indiana Jones and all those special Spielberg ones that he's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Jaws ones and stuff. So
Yeah.
look, I'm not sure
Yeah.
We'll have to come back to that one.
for sure.
We'll just quickly go around the room and go through what we've been watching recently. So Z, we'll start with you. Just anything.
Start
that's
with you. Start
with me.
Yeah, I got to think.
I've just blanked like. In
Yeah,
this
I just
T,
blanked. That's why I
T?
threw it back
Alright,
at
I'll
you.
go with you.
Tony?
I'm still watching Mad Men and loving
Mad Men.
every single second and minute of that brilliant show. That's all I'm watching at the moment.
Wow.
To me?
Wait, let me check my watch list. Oh no. Okay. I've been watching the Tottenham documentary.
Oh, I've seen that.
Amazon Prime. Tottenham
Good.
Hotspur.
Yeah.
EPL team.
Really
Yeah.
enjoy it. It's really
A
cool.
lot of people have seen it. I hadn't watched it yet. I was late to the party, but yeah, it's pretty good. I actually rate it. It goes in and behind the scenes of the club back when Jose Mourinho took
And
over.
Jose, such
Jose.
that guy's an enigmatic guy, man. That guy, if you talk the definition of charisma, I
Wow,
feel like he's the definition of charisma.
unreal.
He's just hilarious. It's so entertaining.
Really great doco. You should watch it. Amazon Prime. We're not plugging here, but
No plug.
no plug. Yeah, really good. Some films. Let me just go through. So I've watched. We'll just go through like the last few. So Art of Self-Defense. I watched. Unreal film.
Great. Love that
Really
movie
great.
very
Jesse
much. That was my
Eisenberg.
favorite movie of that year.
Oh, is that? Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg.
I
told you about
love that
one.
movie so much.
Super underrated. Like unreal. Like I
Quirky.
love those little films, not big budgets, but they just absolutely deliver.
And it hits you.
Great
Makes you
experience.
think.
Must watch. Art of Self-Defense. I watched Malcolm and Marie on Netflix.
I still haven't seen that.
I don't recommend. I mean, yeah, sure, watch it, but I feel like there's no substance to it at all. I mean, really interesting concept. Two characters in a interesting relationship,
Sam
and they're just
Levinson.
arguing the whole time. It's really
Yeah.
interesting
That's
idea, but
Washington.
yeah,
That's John. What's his
John
name?
David
John
Washington.
David.
Washington.
Yeah.
and Zendaya.
Late
Yeah,
bloomer.
so watch that on Netflix. Interesting to watch. I don't know. I personally wasn't a fan. Last one I'll go through. Oh no, a couple more. Short Term 12 I watched. Really great film starring Brie Larson, Lakeith Stanfield.
Cool.
I like the
He's he just
awesome.
turns everything.
We
into
were
gold.
ranting about
Like,
Lakeith Stanfield
He's
the other
awesome.
day.
He
He's
just turns
great.
everything
He's
into
such
gold.
Talking about how he
He's
just
such a
came
good
onto the
actor.
scene like that.
He owns every role he does. I like him so much. He's great.
Tim,
Unbelievable.
you've seen Atlanta, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
What show have you seen it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know which episode I'm thinking of? in my head right
Tell me the one you're thinking of.
now? What's it called?
We always
Is there
forget to
multiple?
say-
Is there multiple seasons?
Well,
No,
There's
no,
two.
they
There's
stopped at
two.
2.
There's 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen season 1. I don't think I've seen the second season.
Oh, you haven't seen since.
No.
Oh, then, okay, I'm not gonna say it then.
Oh, I
yeah.
don't know.
We'll do want to watch it eventually.
Yeah.
No, he's great, Lakeith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Keith.
So yeah, that's I've just been going on movie runs lately. I've got a good run going, and as I've said before, I'm definitely a mood watcher. So it definitely comes in waves as to when I watch films. But yeah, definitely in a film mood. And obviously the Golden Globes were just on, so I'll look to have a look at the noms and see what's trending at the moment, and maybe go through them as well. Have a watch. But T.
I've been pretty quiet on the movie front, to be honest. So I haven't really watched all that much. You know. So I have watched a couple of movies. I watched First Cow. You heard of that?
Yes.
That was really good. I just loved everything about the soundscapes. So it was really subtle. So like there was a really basic film that didn't really have much going on, but it was just hearing the characters walk through the jungle and hearing those sounds of the leaves crushing, and then they're making a fire, and then the fire crackling and the kindling, and it was a really immersive experience. I felt like I was in nature when I watched it.
Very therapeutic.
It was definitely therapeutic, and people call it slow, but back to that point I made before.
Yeah.
I like slow movies because I don't really need to be entertained 24/7.
Yeah.
So that was one that sort of comes through in the last couple of weeks that I've seen, and I really, really enjoyed. So
yeah. Z, any other points?
I'm watching The Office again for like the 7th time.
which one?
The Office.
US or UK?
Yeah, US. I'm obsessed with it.
US is better.
What I watched last night. Yeah, my favorite depressing movie of all time, Manchester by the Sea.
Oh my god,
Great film.
dude, what a movie! Depressing. My god, that rips. That you actually can't function for the whole day after you watch. It's so hard.
Yeah.
The guilt. Oh my god.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Insane.
When he's in the interrogation room,
Oh
but he's
my
not getting
God.
interrogated, and then he goes, "Wait, so I can leave?" And then that scene right after when he's walking to the
Oh
police
my
station.
god, don't even.
Yeah, that's heavy.
I remember that one scene where he reunites with his Michelle Williams. It was, oof.
Yeah, that's really heavy.
Incredible film.
Unreal.
Yeah,
Definitely a must watch.
I don't know whether
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
whether you watch depressing films when you're in a depressing mood, or the other way when you're happy and you watch a depressing, or I mean, watching a depressing film while you're depressing just won't really do anything. Just
I mean, I definitely watch sadder movies when I'm not. Like
Really,
I
I think
can't.
I'm the other way around.
I can't watch. I'm like, I can't be in an uplifting, happy mood and then go into a super emotional. I mean, yeah, I'm not too sure on that one.
What's the saddest film you've watched?
Oh, I can't say.
You
I've
can't
got
say.
no clue. I'm bad with on the spot. On
Yeah.
the spot.
No, Manchester by the Sea is definitely up there.
It's definitely up there.
I would say it's probably one of the most.
It's
emotionally
extremely
intense.
heavy.
Requiem for a Dream is intense.
I
Yes.
have never seen
Have you
Requiem
seen
for a
it?
Dream.
That's-
Oh my
Yeah.
god, man! That last 10 minutes, like Safdies are frantic, but the way the camera cuts between the characters who are just literally spiraling out of control,
It's a journey.
that stays with you. Like that movie still stayed with me for as long as I live. Like it's so. Oh my god, I can't even put it into words.
That's one of those, hey?
Oh, it's one of those under the skin
Yeah.
ones that literally like lives under your skin. Doesn't just go there. It literally like finds a home, immerses itself, and says, "I'm here to remind you whenever you think of that movie or what that movie was."
Yeah, that's
That
what
was
Parasite was to me.
Parasite was
That
intense
feeling,
as well.
yeah.
Mm.
Parasite was great.
That feeling where you can't sit still. Yeah.
Blue Valentine's pretty depressing.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Really great though.
incredible. One of my favorites. But yeah, very yeah. You feel a lot when you watch that.
What's
If you're a human.
who did that one? What's his name?
Derek
Derek.
Soundfrance.
Yeah.
It's an awesome director. Huge fan.
Definitely check him out. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, what a list of films. That was on. We
That
just
was a
went on
good
an
time.
absolute rant. That was
Tirade.
unreal.
Call it a tirade.
What do we start with? Uncut Gems. And
Uncut
Good
Gems
Time.
and Good Time. And that's about it. But then we went on a tirade and just went hard.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Gotta
you
do
know?
what you gotta do.
Love that. Anyway, we've come to the end of the episode. First of all, Z, we really appreciate you coming onto the show. It's great listening to even though we're like super close friends and we have been for a while.
Yeah.
I felt like I've taken another step. I'm
Yeah.
definitely hearing more details, and it's really interesting seeing the full scope of things. So
Thanks to me.
yeah, we appreciate you coming on and breaking down the life story for us. And yeah, we've definitely learned a
for
thing
sure.
or two. Yeah,
It's been awesome. Thanks for coming, man. And
Yeah.
obviously, like I said, got to know you a little bit even before this, but now we have a real
No, we've met. Yeah.
landscape of what you're
Yeah.
like as a person. You're obviously a very creative person, and you're finding your feet, and that's the beauty of the creative world.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
is.
exactly right.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Guys.
Thanks for coming, dude.
No worries.
Yeah, and to all the listeners out there, we appreciate you tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the conversation, and I hope you connected to a thing or two. As always, we will be uploading the audio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you tune in. We are also filming, so we will be posting that on YouTube. So tune into our YouTube channel. The link will be in the description or at the end of the video. And also for all the films that we sort of talked about, discussed, any recommendations or things, or even music or whatever else that we discuss on the pod, you can find that on our website. There'll be links to everything. So if you want to suss them out, check them out, please do. And we thank you all for tuning in. This is episode 2. This is Creative Curiosity. I'm Timothy. This is Anthony.
Thank you all guys very much. Have a great week. Have a great month, and all the very best.
We will see you all in the next one. Cheers.
Bye.